bringing you the hottest leading virtual news. This is King City News Network, KCNN, where we make your news our business.
Good evening, this is Nubian King broadcasting live from King City, and this is your KCNN Spotlight. Today we have a special guest and a very well-known man in OpenSim, Butch Arnold, who is owner of the Digiworldz grid. Butch, how you doing today, buddy?
Hi, Nubian. I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
All right. I'm glad to have you. Thank you. Let's get right into the questions. Very simple question. My first question is I wanted to ask you, how old is Digiworldz, and what motivated you to start this grid?
Well, there could be two answers to that question, but we're either 5 years old or 3 years old, and I'll get into that here in just a moment. Technically, we started Digiworldz in October of 2013, but it was simply a showroom only known to customers that we dealt with. Digiworldz was a brand name of our parent company, which was Digitalworldz Group, and at the time, Digitalworldz Group built grids for other individuals and companies. Actually, we used our Digiworldz grid as our showroom to basically show our potential customers what we could do and the performance levels they could expect from their own grids once we finished them. Well, we decided after some time that we would open the doors up publicly for everybody, and that actually happened in March of 2015, and we're technically celebrating our third birthday on the first weekend there in March. So technically we look at ourselves as 3 years old, but the grid has been online for about 5 years.
Oh wow, that's an interesting story. How you came from a showroom to an actual grid. Digiworldz, you mentioned that it's a hosting company. Tell us about that side of the business, about the hosting company.
Yeah, we do some hosting, but we typically don't go out and beat the drum and try to get all that business in that we can, because quite frankly, we're kind of a small operation here, and we don't want to be overwhelmed by it, and we're a little picky on those that we want to help. Right now, currently, Third Rock Grid was a grid that I started back in. I actually started working on it in 2007. I had some issues come up in my life in 2008, and I gave Third Rock Grid to one of our members. Now it grew considerably back and forth over the years, and in 2012 I came back to help them out again as on the technical side of things, but I left them completely in 2015 to start Digiworldz, and I still take care of their technical and their hosting. We provide servers and technical support for them. We also provide technical services and code for the Great Canadian Grid. We also host Baller Nation. We also host the Encore Estate, or the Encore Escape Grid. Gary's or Potlatch over there is a great friend of mine, but and we've hosted several others over the years that have come and gone, but we still do work for some of the other grids. They'll contact me from time to time looking for help, and I always tell them that advice is free. They can contact me and ask me anything they like, and I'll get the answers if I know them. And if I don't know them, I'll point them in the right direction.
Yeah, that's good. So you've acquired a bit of knowledge with OpenSim.
Sure, I've been doing it since 2007.
Right. You come from SL?
Yes, actually, I used to sell land over there before the big land crash happened.
Got you. Here's an interesting question. Um, I believe it was a year or so ago, you announced that you guys acquired VeerTech. Tell us about this purchase and what's your future plans for this, or tell us about VeerTech.
Yeah, Vertec is a script company. Uh,
Gotcha.
Virtus was the owner of that company, and they become pretty popular in OpenSim. They were on many of the grids, their vendors,
Yes, they
their
were.
teleporters, their rental
Mm-hmm.
boxes, etc. And they're quite good. They're low lag, they're well programmed, and they work as expected and are usually trouble free. Um,
Wow.
he
Mm-hmm.
made the decision to initially just shut it down. He was gonna basically just take it completely out and be done with it. I
Right.
contacted him to ask him if he'd be interested in selling it. He indicated that he was, so
Sure.
I made him an offer, and he took it, and we ended up with it. Now we hope to expand on some of the products, and we hope to really get that out there into the community a little bit further. But we've had some stumbling blocks along the way. His back end to the Vertex system was completely different from what we're accustomed and used to here. So we've had a little bit of trial and error trying to get things to work properly on our end. But we're
Okay.
doing good at it, and
Okay.
our hopes is that we'll have Vertec available for free for everybody in Digiworldz. When we offer
That's
it up
great.
on the other grids, unfortunately, will have to still pay a small fee, but everybody in Digiworldz will get Vertec products for free.
Wow. So all DigiWorld residents will have an opportunity to take advantage of some VeerTech products. Yes.
Yep,
He had some shops on some of the grids I were on. He always came and opened up a shop in King City,
yep.
so I'm familiar with him. Um, Here's a interesting question. There's been a lot of controversy about copybotting here lately.
Yep.
A lot of reading about that, and even leading to mesh body being banned from the grid. Elaborate
Yeah,
on that. Tell us about that.
yeah, sure. The Athena mesh body has been rumored for quite some time now that it's been copy botted from Second Life, and the rules with the DMCA stipulates that we can't really do anything about that unless we receive a DMCA notice from the creator, basically asking us to take down the copied content. Well, that person never came and never filed a DMCA report, and so we pretty much let it ride, not knowing for sure whether or not they were rumors or if they were in fact, copy botted. So we let it ride, and as time went by, we had some complaints from some of our users that contacted me and asked, "Hey, why are we tolerating this copy botted material in Digiworlds? This is unlike you. You
Right.
don't stand for that stuff." And
Mm-hmm.
I just told them straight up that there's not a lot we can do about it until we get a DMCA takedown notice from the creator. If you could contact the creator and have them come over here and file a report, then we'll be more than happy to take it down. But right now, we can't take it down based on rumors. Well, some more time went on, and we kept getting more complaints. And in the meantime, our name started getting dragged through the mud that we didn't care about copy bot material in Digiworlds anymore, and that is
Right.
quite untrue. So
Yes.
we
Mm-hmm.
decided to take the bull by the horns, so to speak, and went to Second Life and looked up the reported creator of that body and asked, quite frankly, is the Athena mesh body in OpenSim a copy of your work? And they clearly indicated that it was. And based on the statements from them, not a DMCA report, but based on the statements from them, we felt that our position should always be that if we have a good indication that any kind of content is copied and in our grid illegally, regardless of whether we have a DMCA takedown notice or a report filed, we want to get rid of it. And we
I
don't,
like that. That is
yeah,
cool.
yeah, we don't stand for that. And quite frankly, we've always tried to be honest and fair in everything that we've done, and we just don't want to get a bad reputation for
I hear
looking
you.
the other way on that stuff. So
Yes.
pretty much how that went down.
I look at a lot of virtual news and whatnot, and I noticed that Digi is at the top, along with Metropolis and Osgrid. So, you know.
Yeah, actually, right now, Digiworldz, based on last month's stats anyway, has been reported to be the top commercial hypergrid-enabled grid. So InWorldz is by far the largest commercial grid.
Sure.
They're not hypergrid enabled, but
Mm-hmm.
I believe that we could be considered the largest commercial hypergrid enabled grid.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I enjoy it. I really enjoy Digiworld, and it's one of the best decisions I've made in OpenSim. I tell you.
Well, we're sure happy to hear that. We do a knockdown job, I think, on our service around here. We try to make sure that everybody is completely satisfied. As a matter of fact, we were one of the first grids. Well, we were the first grid actually to offer that money back guarantee. You come to Digiworldz, if you buy a region of land, and if you're not happy in a week, just let us know. We'll take the region down and give you your money back. No questions asked. We're not out to take people's money unfairly.
See, Butch, there you go. You didn't tell me that. I'm just kidding. Hey, you seem to be quite busy. In your spare time and virtual, do you have time to have fun? What do you like to do besides actually run the grid? I'm pretty sure that's fun to you though, but what do you do in your spare time and virtual?
Actually, my enjoyment comes from scripting.
Gotcha.
I used to buy and sell land in Second Life, as I indicated, but I also used to sell scripts there as well, and that's why the Vertec sale made so much sense to me, because, well, it's kind of right up my alley and it's what I enjoy doing. But I like programming, I like scripting, I like trying to figure out new features to
Sure.
add to the grid and things like that. I don't have a lot of time in world as much as I would like, because I've usually got so many irons in the fire outside of the virtual grid itself, on the back end and helping the other grids that I help out and things of that nature. But I still try to get in every once in a while. They let me out of the cage sometimes.
Anything up and coming on the grid? Anything special?
Yeah. We have our birthday celebration coming up on March 3rd, and Knox has already done a great job at getting our entertainment and things like that set up for the
that's fantastic.
For the event. And if the past 2 years are any indication as to what we can expect this year, it ought to be quite the turnout. I think at one point last year we had I think it was about 60 people in the birthday celebration. But,
that's exciting.
Yeah, so we've always had a good turnout, and we're looking forward to that again. And really, it's the one time each year that we can get together, we can throw a big party, and we're not celebrating for ourselves essentially, but it's a way for us to give away prizes and kind of mingle with the users and to let them know that we appreciate the support they've shown us over the previous year, because we really do appreciate that. We're not out just for the money. If that's
cool.
We're commercial, and while the money helps pay the bills, we're fair, we're honest, and we work hard for it. So,
yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes. Hey, but that about does it for our time. It's been a pleasure talking with you this evening, and I look forward to seeing you on the grid.
Oh, definitely will. I'll be online off and on all the time.
Sure. So, if you want more information on Digiworldz or on King City, please feel free to contact us. You can view us on our King City Facebook page or Google Plus group, or you can visit the kingcity.net webpage, where you can see more of our KCNN Spotlight segments and get more information on Nubian King Enterprises. This has been your KCNN Spotlight. I'm Nubian King, and I will see you next time.
bringing you the hottest leading virtual news. This is King City News Network, KCNN, where we make your news our business.